Nobody told me that getting healthy was going to cost this much until I figure out it doesn't have to. Every Tuesday, I'm going to show you exactly how I eat well, hit my protein, and live the 80/20 life without spending a crazy amount of money at the grocery store. This is Thrifty Tuesday. What's up, everyone? I'm Miguel, and welcome back to Hi-Fi Fit. If you're new here, good timing. This channel is built around 5 pillars: move it, mind right, eat well, rest and recover, and real life. Everything I put out lives inside one of those 5 categories because real wellness isn't just about the gym, it's about building a life that actually works for you. I am a busy professional, a business owner, and a veteran. I gained about 30 pounds before I decided something had to change. Now I use AI as my personal trainer to guide me the entire journey, and I document everything along the way. The real workouts, the real habits, the real results, no gimmicks, no filters, no highlight reel, just a regular person showing up and putting in the work. If that's what you've been looking for, hit subscribe and come along for the ride. Let's get into today's session. I want to tell you why I'm doing this series because it's not just about saving money. When I first started trying to eat better, I kept buying into the idea that healthy eating was expensive. Protein shakes, fancy meal kits, organic everything, supplements I didn't need. My grocery bill was all over the place and I wasn't even seeing results. At some point, I had to get real with myself. I'm a business owner and work in the corporate world. I got a spouse, dogs, a house, a life. I cannot spend $150 a week on groceries and call it wellness. So I figured it out. And what I found was eating well on a budget isn't hard. It just takes knowing where to look and what to skip. Every Tuesday, I'm going to break it down. Real stores, real prices, real food that fits a balanced lifestyle. I shop mostly at H-E-B. Sometimes I grab stuff from Walmart. I hit Aldi when I want to stretch the budget further. Costco and Sam's for bulk when needed. It makes sense. And when we're out of items that are sold in these stores. And I'm going to show you how to use all of them without wasting money. Before we get into the shopping, let me give you the rules I follow every week, because without these, I'll be wandering the store buying stuff I don't need. Rule 1, protein first. Every shopping trip starts with protein. Eggs, chicken, ground beef, tuna, cottage cheese. These go in the cart before anything else. Protein is the foundation and it also where you can save the most money if you know how to shop it. Rule 2, never shop hungry. I know everybody says this, but I'm saying it again because it's still true. Hungry me walks into H-E-B and suddenly I need chips and cookies and something from the hot food section. Rule 3, check the unit price, not the total price. This is the one people miss the most, and we're going to talk about this a lot in this series. The big container is not always cheaper. You have to check the price per ounce. H-E-B actually shows you this on the shelf tag, and most people walk right past it. Rule 4, pretty packaging costs you money. And if it looks fancy and the label is colorful and is sitting at the eye level, somebody paid for that. And that somebody is you. We're going to talk about this too. Rule 5, build the 80/20 from the start. I'm not shopping for a perfect week. I'm shopping for a balanced week. So yes, something fun goes in the cart. That's part of the plan. And speaking of planning, my free 80/20 lifestyle starter guide is the one-page version of how I set up my week. It's at hififit.club, free. Drop your email and it's yours. Already in the community, it's already there waiting for you, included in your membership at no extra cost. Let me walk you through what I actually grab at H-E-B on a typical weeks. Eggs, H-E-B, store brand sometimes, a dozen and a half runs me around $3 to $4, or sometimes I do buy the fancy eggs. I try both. Scrambled eggs and omelets, you cannot tell the difference. Chicken thighs, I almost always grab the family pack. More chicken, better price per pound than buying smaller packs. Chicken thighs also have more flavor than breast and they're harder to mess up when you cook them. Daisy cottage cheese. This one I want to talk about specifically because it's become one of my go-to budget proteins. One big container around $4 to $5 and the protein content is solid. No weird stuff in the ingredients, just cottage cheese. I eat it with salsa, I put it in bowls. Sometimes I just eat it straight out of the container. It works. Ground beef. I watch the percentage. The 80/20 ground beef is usually cheaper than the leaner options, and for things like burgers and taco meat, it actually tastes better. You can drain the fat after cooking. Frozen vegetables, 2 or 3 bags every week. HEB store brand frozen, broccoli, mixed vegetables, whatever's on sale. Frozen vegetables are just as good nutritionally as fresh, and they don't go bad before you can use them. Oats, rice, bread, store brand, everything. There's no reason to pay more for these. That's the core of my HEB trip. Usually comes in well under $50 for everything I just listed. Now let me talk about the other stores because each one has a specific purpose in how I shop. Aldi, I go here when I want to stretch the budget as far as it goes. Aldi's prices on basics are hard to beat. Eggs, bread, canned goods, Greek yogurt, some produce, all of it comes in cheaper than most other stores. The trade-offs in the selection is smaller and it changes. But for the staples, I always need Aldi delivers. One thing I have noticed, and this fits perfectly into the pretty packaging conversation, is that Aldi doesn't spend money making things look fancy. The store is simple, the brands are their own, and the savings go to you instead of to some marketing team. That's a motto I respect. Costco and Sam's, I go here for bulk when it actually makes sense. And here's the key word, when it actually makes sense. Buying a huge container of something that's going to sit in my pantry for 6 months isn't a deal. It's just a bigger purchase. Where Costco and Sam's win for me, chicken breast in bulk, ground beef in large packs that I can separate and freeze, olive oil, canned goods in bulk, nuts. These are things I know I'm going to use, and the price per unit is generally lower. The mistake people make at Costco is buying things in bulk that they don't normally eat just because the deal looks good. That's how you end up with a 5-pound bag of something in the back of the pantry that never gets touched. Walmart, I'll grab from Walmart when it's convenient or when something is on rollback. Their store brand, great value, is solid for basics. I don't prefer it over HEB, but it gets the job done. I want to spend some time on this because I think it costs people a lot of money without them even realizing it. Here's how it works. A company makes a product, they want you to pick it up off the shelf, so they spend money on the design, the colors, the font, the label, the feel of the container. They put it at eye level. They use words like premium and small batch, and you pick it up because it looks like quality. But you are paying for the design, not the product. I do this test now when I'm at HEB. I pick up the fancy looking item and I pick up the store brand next to it. I flip them both over and I read the ingredients. 9 times out of 10, the ingredients are basically the same. Sometimes they're identical. The store brand is cheaper because HEB didn't spend money making it look beautiful. That's it. This is especially true for things like oats, canned goods, frozen vegetables, rice, pasta, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt. The store brand version of almost all of these is just as good as the name brand. Now, are there times when the name brand is actually better? Sure. I'm not saying never buy name brands. I'm saying check where you're actually paying for before you assume the pretty one is worth more. And if you want to go deeper on this, the shopping guides and swap lists inside the Hi-Fi-Fit community break this down store by store. Community members get all of that included in their membership, completely free. If you're not in yet, come join us at hififit.club. Link is in the description. Okay, I want to talk about something that I think a lot of people are falling into right now, buying health and fitness stuff from TikTok Shop. And look, I'm not here to trash TikTok Shop. There are things on there that are really good because I myself promote on TikTok Shop, but I want you to think about what you're actually buying and why. A lot of what gets pushed on TikTok Shop is supplements, snacks, and products that look like they're going to change your life. The videos are great. The before and after are convincing. The creator is excited about it. But here's the question I asked myself: would I buy this at Costco? Because Costco has a pretty strict standard for what they put on their shelves. Things get tested, quality has to hold up, and the price per unit at Costco is almost always going to beat what you're paying for on TikTok Shop after shipping. Protein powder is a good example. You can find a tab of protein on TikTok Shop with a slick label and a creator discount code. Or you can buy a big bag of protein at Costco or Sam's for less money per serving, and you know exactly what you're getting. Same goes for a lot of snacks and healthy packaged foods. The TikTok version costs more because it's paying for the creator, the packaging, the ads, and the convenience of shipping it to your door. I am not saying never buy from TikTok Shop. I'm saying know what you're comparing and make decisions with your eyes open. For staples, Costco and Sam's win almost every time on price. For specific things that Costco doesn't carry, shop around and check the unit price before you commit. All right, here's what I want you to actually do this week. Step 1, before your next grocery trip, write down your protein first. Before you think about anything else on your list: eggs, chicken, ground beef, cottage cheese, tuna. I get those down first, everything else fills in around them. Step 2, at the store, flip over one thing you normally buy, name brand, and look at the store brand version next to it. Check the ingredients, check the unit price, see if the difference is actually worth what you're paying. Step 3, pick one thing this week that you have been buying because it looks good and find the cheaper version of it. Just one thing. That one thing adds up over 52 weeks. If you want the full Thrifty Tuesday shopping list, the one I use every week with the stores, the items, and the prices, that's inside the High Five Fit community. Community members get it free as part of their membership. If you're not in it yet, jump in at highfivefit.club. And every Tuesday, I'm going to keep bringing you more of this. New comparisons, new tips, new ways to stretch the budget without giving up the food you actually enjoy. Thrifty Tuesday is going to be a weekly thing, so subscribe so you don't miss it. And this week, try the Daisy cottage cheese if you haven't. It's cheap, it's easy, and it's one of the best budget proteins I found. Try it with salsa. Don't knock it until you try it. Come be part of the journey at highfivefit.club. Link is in the description. I'm Miguel, High Five Fit. I'll see you next Tuesday.